do a couple things. I'll introduce myself real quick because some people may not know me. I'm nowhere near as famous as all the other people I'm here with. So my name's Henry Favor. I am not from Rochester, New York, but I've lived there forever and ever and ever because my wife's from there and I didn't take her to San Diego like I should have. Big life mistakes. However, I worked at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office there. I was in the jail bureau. Then I worked for the Rochester Police Department, of which I am retired. I had the privilege to work my way through all the ranks, did a whole bunch of fun stuff. SWAT team, 10 years. I was a DT instructor for 17 years there, and worked my way up to the rank of Commander of Special Operations Division. So I got to see and do a whole lot of things. Currently, I am retired, and I'm a director of security at a little grocery store called Wegmans, and my retirement gig is way too much work. But I got to come out here, so I'm appreciative of that. So today, what we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about some team tactics stuff, and then we're going to talk about some takedowns. So first things first, I can't really do this by myself, so we're going to be talking, we're going to be having conversations. I'm going to be calling volunteers. I will not set anybody up for failure. I'm not going to embarrass you because then no one else will volunteer and then I have to listen to myself talk the whole time. That's kind of stupid, right? So with me today is Don Wasser. About 20 years ago, I walked into a jiu-jitsu gym, skinny little dude saying, hey, want to be a little better at this. There was another skinny little dude sitting across from me. He says, hey, it's my first day. I'm like, hey, it's my first day too, right? And then he's like, where do you work? He's like, oh, I work for the city. I'm like, well, I work for the city. He's like, what you do? I'm like, I don't know what you do. I'm going to find out we both work for the same police department. And we've been on the path ever since. So we've got all of our ranks together and we've worked our way through. Now he owns a school out there that I help instruct at. So today, it's going to tie in a lot with what Chad said. We're going to talk about team tactics, right? The concept of team tactics. Two things. First of all, there's more than one way to skin a cat, right? I don't like cats. I think cats are evil. They always look at me sideways. So if you're a cat person, I apologize. Second thing, this is a way. It's a way. It's not the way. There's going to be many different ways of doing things in here. But this is a way that you can take and try, see if it works for you, works for your team, works for your agency, and move on. Plans versus concepts. Plan versus concepts. Somebody famous once said everybody has a plan until what?
Punched in the face.
Punched in the face. So, we are going to talk about the difference between plan and concept. So, Don, if you want to come up here for me, this is going to be the first thing I'm going to put on, right? This is what you're going to do. If you're going to control his foot, you're going to step on his foot. That's it. You're not picking him up, you're not dropping him anything. You're going to control his arm, you're going to control his arm, like that. You're going to control this foot, this leg. I will give it to you. I just want you to step on his foot. Is that fair? All right, so I need 4 people to come. We're going to talk a little bit, and then I'm going to have you take control of Don. All right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. I said volunteer, didn't I? All right. Take control of Don. Take control of Don. There's 4 of you. 1 arm, 1 foot.
1 foot.
He could have stood. And done. Thank you very much. So, 1, you guys are wearing matching shirts, so I'm not picking. 2, 3, 4. Sir? This time we're going to keep Don on his feet. Whoa, come over here. We're going to get a plan together. We're going to get a plan together. That worked. We're going to get a plan together. This is what I need. Right arm, left arm, right foot, left foot. Make sense? Ready? Go. Time! Thank you very much. We had a plan and we got accomplished what we need to get accomplished, right? It was a little ugly. But we got a plan, right? I need 4 more. You can pick yourself this time. We ain't doing nothing hard. I got 1. I got 2. I got 3. Give me 1 more. All right, come over here. We're gonna talk. We're gonna come over here. All right. All right, this is what we got. We're gonna do a concept. This is what I need to happen. I need both of his arms controlled, both of his feet controlled. All right, both of his arms controlled, both of his feet controlled. We're good with that? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Break.
I'll go low in both ways.
Time! What was the difference between these 3 plans? What was the difference? Talk to me, I can't talk to myself.
Specific instructions.
So we have conceptual. We have a conceptual plan. That was the last one, right? What was the second one?
Very detailed.
It was a detailed plan, right? What was the first one? What usually happens 95% of the time, cops show up to a thing, right? Go get him. So we're gonna scratch that first thing because that wasn't really optimal for it. So let's talk about the second and the third, right? Let's talk about the plan versus conceptual. Is there a place for a plan?
Yes.
Absolutely. What determines whether the plan works? Communication helps. What else? Skill helps. What else?
Subject behavior.
Subject's behavior. Right? What happened when they went to get Don? What did he do? He turned around. No resistance anything. So which was right hand, which was left hand? Right? So a detailed plan can work absolutely great if we know what the suspect's doing or his options are limited. Remember, I worked in a jail. If we're going in to do a cell extraction and I have a guy posted up in a jail cell with his back against the wall, he's got 1 foot on the bed, he's got 1 foot on the toilet, he has a pile of crap in his other hand, and he's leaning up waiting on you to come in. We know what he's doing, right? At that point, you think we can specify a little bit what we're going to do? Yeah, I'm staying away from this hand over here. I'm going to go over here to the new guy on that side. That's an effective way to have a plan. Right? What about vehicle extractions? Limited suspect movement, right? He should have 2 arms, 2 legs, a steering wheel, seatbelt. There's very limited things that he can do. We can have a very specific plan going in there. Now, we're pulling up on Pookie on the street, right? Pookie has a warrant, right? We have a lot of Pookies in Rochester, New York, by the way. So Pookie has a warrant, and we're about to jump out on him because we got to do what we got to do because we do the Lord's work. Right? What's more important, a plan or a concept? Concept. Right? So, we agree? Y'all are still on Team Henry right now? You agree? Okay. So, now we have Pookie, who's out here, and we're going to talk about how we're going to take him into custody and how we can utilize the most amount of people that we have. How many people are here from an agency over 1,000? 500, 100, 50. You tiny agencies, boy. So I'm lucky. I come from an agency of 725 sworn when we're full. I know we're not there now, right? So we got about 60 seconds before something's happening, right? Something's happening, whether you get hit by a police car or what. Something's about to happen in the times when you call for cars. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about these positions on Don using them. We'll start with one, then we'll add another one, and we'll add some concepts until we get the maximum amount of people that we can have on one person. Does anybody know what the maximum amount of people we can have is? Guess. I'm going to tell you, so it ain't 5, 6-ish. 5, 6-ish, right? So I don't know about you guys, but policing has changed a little bit since I was in the trenches, since I was in the hood, right? So I think that we should probably have at least one more guy to watch us, right? So if we have the ability to have that, we're going to do that. So we're going to start off. I am going to be flying today. I'm going to be flying. This is just an overview. I don't have time to get into all these things because I'm very sure, right? Maintain my principles. I have control of them. I can see his hands. First guy is me on top. Are we good with that one? Good? Somebody replace me. Don't go far. Don't go far. All right. So while we're here, he's pretty. You can't break him, right? All right. So second guy has a couple of options. 2 options. You can go for head security or leg security. It depends on the situation. I'm going to let you decide. For right now, I am going to go to head security, where I'm going to secure Don's head. Turn his head to the side so I don't smash his face. Hands to the outside, and I'm going to hold. I'm not putting any pressure on Don. We are just talking about getting into the positions right now. Sounds good? All right. What number man am I right now? 2. Give me a number 2. You can put your knees down. Easy does it. All right. Number 3. I'm coming in. Right? Need help. He is still fighting. Let's have his arms under. Let's have his arms under. Right? Next person's coming in. I can go for legs. Again, this can be 1 person or 2 person. If I'm coming in as 1 person, I can come under, over, easy does it. Do a figure 4, securing the legs, holding onto pants, or I can work on, which is your bad hip.
Just rip it, bro.
All right? Or I can work on securing his legs by turning his legs out. Again, turning his heels out helps to keep him from building that base. Even though I've got strong number 1 on him, I would like to be able to help him. I don't turn his legs down, I turn his heels out. If I'm going to do heels out and I'm 1 or 2 man, I'm going to use 2. I can come with my shin across on the outside and staple that leg. Couple things here. I'm up, I have the ability to see. Sucks a little bit for him, right? But I have the ability to engage, disengage. I have some of those principles that Chad was talking about in our earlier class, right? Give me a number 3.
Yeah, I'm good.
Theme music. Number four. Well, we're going to help him. A good principle of this is that his legs are closer together, they're stronger. So if I want to come on this side, I want to separate his legs a little more, again, and staple on the outside. I'm up, I can see I have separated. Make sense? What number am I at? 4. Are you 4? Are you 4?
I can be, yeah.
Oh,
I was moving so I can see.
oh, well, here, come see. Come see. All right. So, he has those arms under. Now, Don is massive. I want to make sure those arms don't come out any faster than I want them to so that I can see something at him. So I'm going to go in and secure the arm until somebody tells me they're ready for the arm. I'm going to come right, secure the arm. I can secure it by putting my knee on and controlling the arm, controlling the shoulder, making sure nothing comes out of there. What number am I?
5.
Give me a 5. Where would 6 go? Do I have to do that? Where would 6 go? Other arm, make it happen. Somebody, for me. Somebody come grab it. I am number 7. What's my job?
Overwatch.
This, right? I'm here to make sure nobody comes up and soccer kicks them in the head while they begin working to solve this problem. Now, I'm over here engaged with this guy with a big beard because he really doesn't like them and he thinks Don's pretty. So he's going to come there. So I'm dealing with him. I need help. Who helps me?
Let go of my boyfriend.
I didn't say all that. 5 or 6, right? I don't really care. We're still working. Now, did you stand up? Oh. So, as you can see, we can start peeling people off to get to this point. Does that make sense? Yes. All right? Can we do this without hurting anybody? Right? We're going to work through it. Somebody's going to be in charge. Let me go back to my concept principle because I like football. So Washington Commanders, they're not quite the best defensive. Oh, y'all can let them up. Y'all good. Y'all good. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. So we have concept and then we have a plan. If I know all the answers, I know where they're lined up, I'm coming in with a plan. If I'm not sure what's going to happen, I'm going to go to concept. So this is what I need to happen because I talk too much. This is what I need to happen. I need groups of 8 I need groups of 8. So basically, I need one person down, one on top. Somebody goes and finds work. Somebody goes and finds work. Until I look around the room and everybody's secured. Do you have to know who the people are that is working with you? No. Nah. What do we have to absolutely know? Well, we also need to know who's the bad guy. I don't know who's the bad guy. All right, so I need a bad guy to volunteer. One guy goes knee on top. That is my quarterback. That is my middle linebacker. That's my play caller. Work all the way through till you got. Stop it when you go on. When do we begin teaching this to the people in our department? When should we begin teaching this? From the beginning, right? From the beginning. However, if they don't have it, or you don't have it, there's a lot of people in here, in this room, that have a lot of skill level, right? You've been doing this a long time. You got your gray beards like myself, right? So we've been around the block a little bit. So, if we're out there and we have that position, when can we begin directing people? When can we begin directing people?
We have a clear concept idea of what needs to be done.
Yep.
Foresee what plays.
Yep. So Don's down. I'm here. He's fighting me a little bit. Give me 5 people. Quick, 5 people. Head. Arm.
I got this thing.
Yep. I need on this arm. I need this arm. Easy. Down. Easy. Back up off of there. All right. This is what I need to do. I'm going to take this arm first. Once I get it out, I need you can peel off for me. All right? Stand by. Don't have it. Hey, pull on that a little bit for me. Don't yank your shoulder out, but pull on that a little bit for me. All right, I got it. I got this one. All right, I'm set. Right? As a person who has hands-on, who has the most knowledge, not in this setting because these dudes are all smarter than me, but has control of the situation, it's going to be the person making the calls. Does that make sense? We can't all be in charge because then the work gets messed up. Get where we need to get, secure them for a minute, and then let's go ahead and do what we got to do. Sounds fair? All right. I'm still the most skilled person, so a couple of things can happen in that. If I roll up and somebody's already fighting with somebody, and they give you that, help me look, yeah, that's you, right? From whatever position it is, take that and help them, all right? You can also dictate, depending on your skill level, from a different position. I don't always say that you have to move them off of their position. Communication solves 95% of issues. So as long as you're able to talk about it and work your way through it, we're good. Does that make sense? Does that clarify that a little bit? That was on me that wasn't clear. All right, we're going to talk about takedowns a little bit. So there's a couple things that have happened throughout the course of recent. How am I going to say this since I'm being recorded? If you work in the People's Republic of New York or the Commonwealth of California, right, you may have a different set of rules than some people in, I don't know, like Texas where I was, which was, they do it different down there, right? So there's some other things that you may have to take into consideration. Where you can put pressure on the body. Can you be on the diaphragm? Can you come around the neck? Is it deadly physical force, or are you going to be charged with, what's it called? Jay?
There's a PL
section. There's a new PL section just for law enforcement. I'm not going to get into that now. So there's a couple things we have to talk about in there. The other thing is I don't work in beautiful Tahoe, right? I work in Rochester, New York, right? Where, if you're not familiar with us, we're up by the Great Lakes, right up by some of those Michigan peeps, where we are 6 months of crap, right? We are 6 months of crappy weather, snow, ice, slush. So how we do things can change. To be fair, you also can't do certain things like that in Texas where the asphalt, well, I guess that's like it here. It was 108 freaking degrees yesterday when I got here. So there's certain things that you have to be mindful of based on your conditions. We're going to talk about body lock takedowns. Body lock takedowns are one of my favorite takedowns because A couple things. One, I feel that it allows me the most control over my subject. Two, there's very lower risk of injury to me, right? I am very, very careful about me now because it takes me a lot longer to recover. I don't know why. People are getting stronger and faster. I'm not slowing down. So it also allows me to dictate how much force I use. So we're going to talk about it two different ways. We're going to talk about the body lock takedown from two different entries, and then we're going to talk about problem solving a couple things that could happen. The rear body lock comes from the arm drag. So hold on, I got to make sure I do this right. Chad's watching. So, right, I have my knuckles on the inside, right, legs out. I'm going to begin to do my arm drag. I'm going to come to the side, and then I'm going to get my body lock. So as I get the body lock, a couple of things I like to do. I like to take my thumb, bring it across so my thumb faces me, and I gable grip facing up. The reason I do that is because it then allows me to increase pressure on the floating rib. God put a floating rib there that fits my hand just about right. So we hang with that bad boy, and it helps to change posture. Right? I'm over here. Next thing I'm going to do is I am going to do a mat, some people call it mat return, takedown. So for me, I started from the beginning of my arm drag. I set myself up, I begin, and as I move around the body, key point for me is I come around and I'm going to bring my legs behind and then engage my hips to lift his hips off the ground. I used to grab the biggest person in the class and do this until I went to a gym and there was this 400-pound dude I could barely get my hands across. Almost gave myself a hernia, so I don't do that anymore. But you're able to lift an incredible amount of weight once you get underneath their hips and you begin to lift them, right? So I'm here, I come around, and then for me, I step. My hips face the same direction, and then I engage my hips. Then I engage my hips, and I begin the lift. Right? I'm going to put him back on the ground, but I'm going to put him on the ground on his side. I'm going to put him on the ground on his side. Couple of reasons for that. And concerns we may have that. If they are 6'4" and higher, or myself who is not quite 5'10", unless I'm wearing my boots, right? There's a little bit of leg thing that we got to deal with. If I just lift him up and set him down, he's going to go right back down. So I need to get his feet out the way. At one point I used to teach, we kick the feet out the way. We give him up, we kick the feet out the way, and we begin to turn. I moved away from that a little bit. A couple of times that I was doing this, I go to kick the feet, and they start kicking their feet out. They start kicking their feet out, and they were able to get their feet under me. As a matter of fact, let me just show you. Here, I begin to lift. And he moves his stupid feet, and I don't get the effect I want. The effect I want is to get him to turn before he can put his feet down. So what I've done is I shorten that stick, and I come up to his knee. I step, I turn around, I lift, I begin to turn, like I'm turning a ship, turn at the knee. I'm going to tap the knee to turn to get him twisted. How hard or how gentle he hits the ground is based upon what? His resistance, right? I can do this to a little old lady and not hurt her. I can also hit somebody with the ground, right? So that being said, I'm going to come up and I'm going to bring them down. Training purposes. Do not post your arm, please. Do not post your arm, please. I lift on up, I turn to the side. He's going to trust that I'm not going to drop him. He's going to trust that I'm not going to drop him. I'm also not going to lock his arm in. He's going to trust that I'm not going to drop him. Here, come around, get my grip, step, bump, turn, and then he's going to go to the ground. As he goes to the ground, I do not maintain that grip the entire time. Why? Because I'm going to smash my hands on the asphalt and then I'm tied into them and connecting them. That doesn't mean my hands don't find work. The rest of my body doesn't find work. My hands are down. I'm coming right down. Notice I've already started to check his hips. Why do you think I checked his hips? Because he's done and he's going to try to turn into my leg and do something weird and break something, right? So I don't want that to happen. All right, arm drag, step, lift, bump, turn, let him down. You know how to break fall? Break fall. Do not post. Please, please do not post. Everybody understands why? 5 to 6 weeks, self-corrected mistake, shoulders. Yeah, takes longer for us to heal. All right, let's do that again. All right. Right? So, it's okay to miss. We call that a learning tool. Now, I'm not going to sit there and let him cold cock me, right? But the stimulus has to be there. It does this, that's not what real bad guys do, right? So we want to get the real feeling of the stimulus so we can go through and do the drill correctly. Any questions on that one before we continue? All right, let's see it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. He's leaning back pressure into me. I'm holding him up. Here, I have my hands in the front. We're going to do it this way one time, then we're going to turn and we're going to do it on the other side. Sure. So what I want to do here is I'm going to use his weight leaning against me to sit him down to the ground. I'm going to take my hands, turn them thumbs down inside of his hips, and sit him to the ground. And sit him to the ground. I'm going to maintain knee connection. Very important point for this. I need to maintain control of where my head is. If I'm not maintaining control of where my head is and he goes down, there's an opportunity for me to introduce the front of my head to the back of his head. I will win because that's the way I was born. However, don't want to have to go through that if I don't have to. Heads bleed a lot. All right? Sitting on this side. I'm hearing you fighting my hands. Stand by. Help a brother out. That's my class. You can hear the fight. Take my hands that went over and turn thumbs down right into his hips. Let's sit him right down on the ground in front of me. 2 things. 1, I didn't get my head hit. Secondly, where are my knees? Not on the ground. Knees are not on the ground. I can transition from here to the side, work on different methods of getting him controlled, transitioning from there. So, generally, they're going to do one of 2 things. They're going to run from you, or they're going to fight the hands, right? This is the fight the hands option. Do we need to see it one more time?
Can you demo without a person there so I can see what you're doing?
Absolutely. So, I'm in my body lock. He starts to fight the hands. He leans back into me. I can feel it because it changes my center. Take my hands, thumbs, straight down, like I'm trying to throw my thumbs through his legs into my legs. Sit him down. Sit him right down. All right, recap. We talked about the difference between plan and concept, right? Which one's superior? Generally, right? Unless what? Unless we know what the suspect's doing, he's in a constrained, restrained. You know what I'm trying to say. My English is starting to fade on me. I've been talking for an hour. All right? We know what he's going to do, or he's in a secure environment, and then we can work there. Vehicle extractions, cells, things like that. Otherwise, the concept's the best. How many people can we max put on a human body to control it effectively without the nonsense that we see every day in our world? 6, 7-ish, right? 6, 7-ish. I arguably, I think one person can control the legs. That's generally how I would do it. But if you got somebody that shows up and you're like, oh, here, take this leg. Hey, look that way. Don't do anything else. It's your job, right? Then use them. Use them for that. There's the people that you know, they show up on the scene and you're like, I don't want them out there doing that side. Let's bring them in here where we can monitor and we can be more effective with the use of our resources. That's a great option. Always mindful that in today's society, we have to have somebody watching our back. You have to. It's not really an option anymore. Before, people wouldn't come up on the police. Now they will come and soccer kick you and run at the best.
Having said that,
our goal is to make it home, right? Today's a 3-year anniversary of my buddy getting murdered in a car. Tough situation, plain clothes, excellent cop. But I would dishonor him by not mentioning that. So that's why we do what we do, just to keep it real and protect each other and make it back home to our families, right?
Absolutely. The greatest honor for me is whenever somebody gets in a fight and I roll up and I chuck on them and they say, I remembered exactly what you taught me in academy. I heard your voice in my ear. That is success because they're going through it, they're learning it, and they're able to then apply it in the situations. I can build all day off of what Chad's been talking about, the ladder and all the steps. We got to make sure we do all those things to build into it. Again, takedowns, I just like body lock. That's just me because I don't, it is very risk adverse for me, right? If something happens, let them go. I gotta let them go. I'm not a huge fan of sacrifice throws because Rochester, right? So it is what it is, man. That's home. So again, we can get that off of 2 ways. We talked Chet covered that arm drag force, knuckles in. We got a bunch more reps of that, especially if you've never seen that today, to the body lock. Again, to the step. One thing we did see is people were lifting them way up and then trying to figure out when they were gonna come down. And how high do I actually have to get them off the ground? Just the toes. Just the toes. Just enough so that they can't put any weight down. That's all I need to do. All right? And then turn that ship. Crash one, it is what it is. Take them back, we're gonna use the same concept of the knee. They may do 2 things. They may run, lock them down, drop them down. They may try to fight your hands and push back into you, sit them down, right? Either way, we're moving on to the next thing we have to solve, right? Now they're down, now we gotta figure out how to finish custody and control. Any questions about anything that I covered today? If not, and you do have questions later on, one of my answers is gonna be it depends. Because it depends on what you ask me, right? So, by all means, I'm here all week. I'm a student the rest of the week, and I can't wait. So, thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. All right, they're yours, sir.
Thanks, buddy.